Hi, I'm Jeff Stokes. Welcome to Jeff's Daily Dose of Encouragement. Today I want to encourage you that God will prepare you for your calling. When we have a call of God on our lives, God will take us through things, and as we successfully negotiate them, that will prepare us to go to the next level. A good example of that is what happened to David when he was a boy, when he was a young man, a youth. The situation happened that the Philistines came to attack Israel, and the armies were faced off against one another, and Goliath of Gath, a real giant, was defying them and taunting Israel and defying the God of Israel and challenging them to send a man out to fight against them. And this went on for over a month. And David didn't know about all this. He was looking after his sheep, and his father Jesse got him and gave him a whole lot of food and to take to his brothers who were fighting in the army. And while David was there, he heard the Philistine, and then he asked questions about everyone around, because he'd heard that there was a reward for anyone that could take the Philistine down. And David's questioning in that got back to Saul, and Saul pulled David before him and said, you know, what am I hearing about you? And he said, I can take this Philistine down. Because David had already been prepared, hadn't he, with the sheep, because he said a lion and a bear came and took a lamb out of the flock, and he was able to go and slay the lion and the bear, grab it by his head by the beard and take his head off and take the lamb out of its mouth. And so to David, the Philistine was just like another lion or a bear. He'd already done it. He'd already been there successfully. And that's what happens with us. And of course, David later went on to be king of Israel once Saul had died, because he proved himself. And that's what God does. He takes us through tests and trials to prove us, so that we are fitted for the calling that he's put on our lives. And so we can take heart from David's testimony. If you don't know the Lord Jesus Christ, if you confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For whosoever shall confess that Jesus is the Son of God, God dwells in him, and he in God. And before I go, just listen to the confidence that David had from 1 Samuel 17, and over in verse 45 it says, Then said David to the Philistine, You come to me with a sword and with a spear and with a shield, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, whom you have defied. This day will he deliver you into my hand, and I will smite you and take your head from you. And I will give the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day to the fowls of the air and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel. David didn't even have any armour on, because he hadn't proved Saul's armour that he tried to put on him. But he had faith in the name of the Lord. He had that confidence that all the skills that he'd used before would work on this guy, and it worked. And you can have the same thing too. So God bless you. Have a great faith-filled day.